No superstar ever won a war games by dying for their team, but it doesn't hurt their chances. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlogger who always tells it like it is. In 1970, George C. Scott starred in his seminal role as the title general in Patton. In the film, the general was brash, harsh to his soldiers, and unapologetically brazen against cowards under his command. He was ready, willing, and more than able to defeat the enemy at all costs. And when 8 men or women get that way in NXT, then there's only one way to settle it. War Games! Not NXT TakeOver War Games anymore. Now all that stuff you hear about NXT superstars not wanting to fight, wanting to stay out of war games is a lot of horse dung. 3 former champions and a wannabe actually pity the poor women they're going up against. But Dakota Kai and Toxic Attraction live, breathe, sleep, and fight as a team. And those of the so-called next generation of NXT 2.0 superstars don't just want to decimate the old school team. They want to cut out their guts and use them to grease Shotzi's former tank. And the tag champs are not holding anything either. They are advancing on the last of the Undisputed Era and his young partner. The Cruiserweight champ wants to hold on to his peaceful opponent by the nose and kick him in the ass. And when either Duke Hudson or Cameron Grimes puts their hands in a bunch of hair that a moment ago was on their head, they won't know what to do. So let's wade into the picks, spill their blood, shoot them in the belly. Here are my predictions for NXT War Games 2021. Start with the hair match, or Lucha de Apuestas, as Wikipedia always likes to call it, between Cameron Grimes and Duke Hudson. Honestly, is this the best way for a semi-finalist of the Breakout Tournament to earn some recognition? Yeah, Hudson has been around for a while under an assumed name, but he didn't make much of that chance either. And this isn't great for Grimes either. He went from $1 million champion to getting scalped because of a lame card game. Grimes needs to either get the North American title, get moved to Raw or SmackDown, or exit gracefully. I'm not seeing him going to the moon tonight, though his scalp may look like he is mooning someone. Winner is Duke Hudson in an upset. Cruiserweight Championship, Roderick Strong versus Joe Gacy, and this may be the last Cruiserweight Championship match in NXT WWE history. Gacy, who is well above 205 pounds, mind you, has promised to make the title more inclusive, so more like the old TNA X Division title, I guess. Of course, with the rest of the Diamond Mine in Strong's corner, Gacy is going to need Harlan behind him, as well as any other schlubs he can talk into joining his crusade. Then again, Harlan seems buff enough to handle any and all of the Mine. Whatever you want to do with the title, Joe, do it. And let's rename 205 Live afterwards already. Winner and final Cruiserweight champ, Joe Gacy. NXT Tag Team titles. Imperium defends against Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner. What the hell is it about O'Reilly that they can't seem to find a place for him outside of tag teams? This is the guy who kicked Adam Cole to AEW, for better or worse. Certainly he deserves better opportunities than helping a newcomer like Wagner beat on the only NXT UK and US champions in existence. While I still think Walter should join them soon, Eichner and Berthel have not held the US version quite long enough. Maybe at the next Stand and Deliver or the like they can give them up. As interesting a team as Wagner and O'Reilly are, I'm not seeing the usual slap-together team wins titles over veteran team vibe. Winner and still champs, Imperium. Women's War Games match, Team Gonzalez versus Team Kai. Sounds like a Mexican-Japanese animation matchup when you say it that way. Well, anyway, Those who are unfamiliar with the two-ring cage match, one member of each team starts. 5 minutes later, one member of one team, in this case Team Gonzalez, enters the fray, followed by 2 minutes later by another member of the other team. Every 2 minutes they flip-flop adding members until all 8 are in the match, and only then will pinfalls or submissions count to end the match, or leaving the cage to get the team DQ'd. Not sure if Kaylee Ray is truly on the side of Io Shirai, Cora Jade, and Raquel Gonzalez, since she kind of implied being a heel because she wasn't getting respect. Jade's too much of a novice to be thrown into this kind of a match. Meanwhile, Dakota Kai seems to get along pretty well with Dolan, Jane, and Rose, the 3 female champions of NXT, mind you. While Gonzalez's team may have an advantage in bodies for 6 minutes, in the end, it's the tight team that comes out ahead. Winner is Team Kai. Finally, men's WarGames match. Team Black and Gold versus Team 2.0. Team 2.0 has the advantage of first entry in this one. It's been a long time since I've seen an old school versus new school in the WWE, and I doubt I've ever seen it in a WarGames match. While I prefer the 1.0 set and aesthetic, this is the time for the newcomers to really come on their own. And let's face it, Black and Gold ain't exactly copacetic with each other. I doubt NXT champ Tommaso Ciampa has forgotten his bloody feud with Johnny Gargano years ago. And neither Pete Dunne nor LA Knight are too cool on Ciampa or Gargano. But at least their hatred of North American champ Carmelo Hayes is mutual. And if Tony D'Angelo, Grayson Waller, and Braun Breaker want to try to defend him, well, as the chant goes, someone's gonna get it. Breaker will be the, breakout of the match, but somehow, someway, Ciampa will find a way to knock him down and keep him down, thus setting up another NXT title match at the next pay-per-view. Winners are Team Black and Gold. Those are my picks. That is all, maggots! I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling blog who always tells it like it is. Stay safe, and I'll see ya.